Do you got a first aid kit handy? Like literally it feels like all of this is happening very fast. Put my phone on silent and I hope these bitches don't hit me up. Let me wipe my screen. Perfect. So I have about 15 minutes to get ready because I was being lazy today for my appointments. And look at my curls, they look so cute on camera. They're actually getting really fluffy and really full, which is nice. I'm gonna braid it again. And I'm gonna get ready and we can talk while I get ready. And it's raining today, but I still want to get really pretty and I can get dressed really quick, so no matter. But I wanted to talk about, because today I posted on my stories Instagram about Instagram robots. The new robot that we have going on in this world, and I wanted to talk about that because it's just so I just can't even, like, I don't even understand what's going on. Like, it's crazy. The look is now like having like really big doughy eyes and having this really small nose and having these full lips, this perfect flawless skin, this perfect manufactured big boobs, very small waist, big butt, body, and that's like the vibe. And I'm like, I mean, aesthetically it's interesting, but it's also like it's I don't know, it's just interesting to me how, like, when you ultimately think about it energetically, Instagram is just an app. So if you think about your apps, the apps that you have on your phone, it's just something that you download and you participate in. And I just want you to know that I do my makeup in the most unconventional way. I don't put on primer, I don't do anything special. I put foundation. This is Maybelline foundation as concealer. So this is not gonna be no makeup video. I'm not a makeup girl, but I just do the best I can and what I like to see. But it's just an app, right? It's an app that we participate in, an app that we could, you know, we can do a lot on this app. We could share pictures, we can have conversations, we can create videos, we can make, you know, we've come around to this point of creating content. We come around to this point of engaging in marketing, in selling ourselves and selling whatever, you know, talents that we have and whatever product that we have to push forward. This is what it's come to now. It's become a job and a supreme marketing tool and a supreme social hub for everyone and everything. And so with that comes, it's obvious that with that comes this idea of it being this focal point of life, because if you can make money from it, then it becomes career, it becomes the most important thing you're doing, and it becomes work and priority and business. And from there, that's when you know, every career, every job, everything that we have a label for, a doctor, a witch, a nurse, a teacher, a nanny, a mother, a father, everything that we create a label for that the human being can occupy has a certain image to it that we've created. And Instagram has come full circle and has come to realize its prime image of what you're supposed to look like on Instagram. And it's so interesting to me that this is what we come to, and it's so funny how, and we literally have come around. It's such a quick, you know, human life human mind and human technology has excelled, and it has exploded so fast. You know, the first iPhone came out in when, you know, MySpace was was during, let's say, the middle of like my high school years, 2007, 2008. I remember, or maybe a little bit later. But I remember Facebook being like a poppin' thing in like 2009. Oh, I'm also like, I'm not good at, you know, when something comes out, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna jump on it, because I didn't have Instagram for a minute, and I really wasn't into Facebook that long, and MySpace, I really couldn't get into MySpace that much, so I can't tell you when it really started, but I was a part of it, so I know, you know, the energy behind it. But even if you say those years, like that was like in the last 20 to 10 years, technology has exploded and it has taken over. Like, we have watches that we can talk into, and we have earbuds that you don't have to plug in. Like, what the fuck is the Bluetooth? What is Bluetooth? What is Wi-Fi? What is that connected to? What Etherness is that connected to? You know, and I feel like there's a sacrifice that's being made to maintain these technologies, because for me to be able to use my AirPod without a wire, like that, to me, that makes no sense. There's no connectivity to it. It's just from here to my phone in my hand, there's something that's not connected. It's something that's behind connectivity that we understand as human people. And so in order for that to become a thing and to work for millions and billions of people, there has to be sacrifices that are being made. And I feel like the sacrifice that's being made is actual humanness. For real. Because you can't possibly, like, you know, I talk about, I was making a post about the women who are like the robot women, those women who, you know, and even when I watch, like, when I catch my family watching like Black Ink or Love and Hip Hop, and I look at the women, I'm like, we don't look like regular people. Like, these women look like they're from another realm, and I enjoy, you know, that energy of being like, you know, a cosmic woman. But if you're not actually cosmically connected to that, and you're just dressing like that because it's a trend, that's when the lines become very like, who are you really? And that's the thing too, is that when people are absorbing, like, that's my issue with like having these women look like the way they look, because it's not a matter of you're doing it because you feel and you believe that you're from another realm and another planet, another galaxy, another cosmos, another earth. You feel like you're doing that because you're trying to follow this trend of beauty, and you don't even really know your own personal beauty and your own personal power. So you're following behind this trend with no connection to it. Because I guarantee a lot of those women don't even know who they are. They're just trying to look a certain type of way and trying to be a certain type of thing, just to get this type of certain type of recognition, and, you know, to be noticed in a certain way. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel good to me. It makes me very sad, because it's like, what happens into your human heart and mind? How do you expand your thoughts and your mind so that we can be a more progressive people? Now, granted, I can say, like, I've been watching Mixed-ish. That's a Tracy Ellis show. And it's interesting to me because, you know, even though we have an understanding of how, let's say, just like how it was in the 1980s with our black parents and our white parents and the racism and this and that, even though we have an idea about how it went, we don't really know what it felt like. And I'm watching this show, and I'm watching her mom having to work in the corporate world as an educated woman. She got her degree and everything, as an educated woman, but still having to deal with like the affirmative action, that racist 1980s type of vibe. And it was like, you know, like, and my friend was talking about this yesterday too, about slavery, and like what would you have done during that time? Like, how would you react to somebody making you do something? Because she's like, I can go in my garden, and if I'm done, I'm dropping my gloves in my hoe, and I'm gonna be done. Like, I could just leave. And it's like that wasn't the energy for our ancestors. So I wonder, like, how do you, it makes you think about, like, you know, how far our people have come just in general. Like, we've really come so far to the point where we could, now our children, you know, and then she's going through that in corporate America, and then her children are going through being like mixed white and black in school, and she's like, we never talked to her husband, she's like, we never experienced something like that. They're experiencing something completely new. I'm like, that's true. And when I was in school, I experienced something new, and my children are going to experience something new with, you know, society and what's acceptable and what's not. And so we've come very far. My children won't have to worry about being, you know, forced to work in the field. You know, my children don't have to worry about being mixed if they were if they are, I don't know. if they were, you know, they wouldn't have to worry about those things, because this has become the norm, and there are people who were pioneers and who fought for us to have this freedom, you know. So I don't know why I brought that point up, but it's a beautiful point. I had to say it. But you know, just thinking about certain things like that, it's like, you know, we've come so far as a people, and the technology has come so far for us, and we're moving and we're doing things, you know, and we're making strides. So that's what it is. It's like, I wonder how much stride can we make when we're trying to obtain certain beauty standards that we've created and we're maintaining. Like, at this point, it's not like, oh, European beauty standards are taking over. Like, no, we've created this idea and this standard, and we're maintaining it. We're maintaining it, and we're accepting it to be the truth, and people are looking at themselves and thinking that, you know, they're not worthy. I'm spraying my hair with Diva Fresh. I do see my hair changing with this pregnancy. Like, it's a lot fuller, but I want it to be full and long, okay? I miss my hair that came down like this, and that's gonna take probably like another year or so. I'm in no rush, but I am. I just miss that hair. I'm not gonna cut it anymore. Cutting it is like, you know, at that time for me, it was just like, you know, keep starting over, keep learning something new, keep. But now it's like, I miss my hair. I want to dye it red. I want it to be long again. I haven't had long hair in a long time. Well, I had it blue, but it was damaged. For somebody to be a hairstylist, I sure definitely don't take care of my hair. But that's just how hairstylists are. Like, we take care of our clients' hair, but when we do our own hair, we're experimenting. We're having fun. But yeah. For those people who ask about how I do my baby hair, I'm about to show you right now. As best as I could, because I don't feel like being extra today. And I always say that, and then I end up being mad extra, and I'm like, girl. So I don't do anything special. I just swoop a lot. I make sure that my brush is, I clean this brush a lot, and I just run really hot water on it, and the gel just melts away. So clean your brush, because that's what having those open bristles help get all the hair so that it doesn't look clumped together. I use this Eco Styler gel clear. It's just my preference. People say they like the green one, like the yellow one. I don't like those. I just like the clear. And I just shape my face. This is the flow that I've always done. So for pieces that I swirl around, I just use my finger to guide the hair like that. And then I take the hair down here. To me, it's just aesthetic, like how I see it. Take the hair down there, and then I take the hair down here. Just a little bit. And sometimes I don't really like this. I don't really like, but I'm gonna leave it because I really don't even have the energy to even change it. And then I do the other side. And typically the other side is not going to look like the first side. So I just honestly, I let it do what it wants to do. So if I don't do my baby hair, my hair goes back like this. But I can, you see, you can do this right here. And I've been training my baby hair for a very long time. So my hair, it lays the way I want it to lay a lot of the time. And also too, I can't deny that I have very soft, fine hair. So it does make it a lot easier. I know sometimes, I know people have certain, you know, if you have a certain edges that's like, you can't pull too much hair down and you can't, you know, play with your hairline. And that's just how your hair is. That's just how your hair is. Like, you just have to accept that. I can't, there's nothing I can do for you. A lot of people ask me like, oh, how you do baby hair? And it's just like, you know, I don't want to say it to them, but a lot of times you just don't have that hair for it. If you want to cut some of your hair and bring it down, you can. But a lot of times, you don't have the hair for it. Just instead. Ow! And I'm tired of lying to y'all. I'm tired of, I'm not lying to you. I'm not saying anything. I'm tired of not saying anything. You know, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, oh, my hair is this way. Like, that's just how my hair grew out of my head. When I grew up my hair in 2014 and 15, I did not know what was going to come out of my scalp. Okay? It was literally like free for all. And I grew my hair out at like the peak of, like the beginning of the natural hair journey. Like it was like when I didn't see that many, you know, dark skinned girls doing it, or it was like one or two. I remember following Chime Edwards in the beginning. She was one, but she had different hair textures than me. But I knew, like, I'm like, if I could grow, if their hair could be curly, mine could be curly too. Got tired of doing the relaxer. I'm like, I'm doing this relaxer, my hair's already soft, so why don't just, I did decide, nothing special. Why don't I just let it grow out? And I just let it grow. I didn't cut it, I didn't do a big chop. I just started wearing a lot of buns, and a lot of I straightened it once when I had it growing out, but that was a horrible experience. Oh, because I'm very tender-headed, so I have to do my own hair. Like, I braids everything I do myself because it hurts when somebody touches my hair. So I got my hair blown out one time. That was horrible, but I wear it in braids all the time, in buns and ponytails. When it was short, I just slick it back, and after a while, I let it get to like a certain point. Like about this, a little bit longer, when I had cut it, it was like Christmas time, and I had just cut it all off, and I just wore my natural brown hair, all frizzy, no curl pattern, nothing. I just wore it, and then after a while I started to learn it, and then that was it. So if you're growing out your hair, or if you're trying to figure out your natural hair thing, don't freak out about it. It's hair. It's gonna do, and when you're growing it out, it's transitioning from being straightened, it's transitioning from relaxer. So it's going to be shocked. It's going to be surprised. It's not gonna do what you want it to do. You have to give it time. Like my hair, and your hair texture changes. So don't hold on to where your hair texture is and what you want it to be. Because my texture, this is a great texture, but when it gets longer, it's not gonna be like that. Like, it's gonna be much looser for me. And I want it to be like this big and this curly, and maybe with being pregnant, but you know, before it's just like, when I cut it the first time, it was smooth and it was like, ugh, I didn't like it. But it was, so it's just different textures. So I'm just gonna add some brown. I'm gonna be natural brown today. I'm just gonna put on a green sweater and some tights or something, and some sneakers, and my raincoat. So I'll just do brown, and I'm gonna do brown and gold. When I do greens, like natural greens, cold colors, what's that green that I like to wear? Olive. I usually do gold makeup. This is the palette that I'm using, NYX. Nothing special. These are the tones I like to use a lot. So I wish I was a makeup person. Like, I've been watching a lot of Jackie Aina, and I really want her makeup palette. I'm so excited. I'm gonna save my money to get it. It's $45. one day, hopefully. It's just that I have other things to buy right now and other things to worry about, so it's not a priority, but I just want it so bad. Like, if I wasn't having these babies, I would have been bought it. Having children changes everything. But like, it's a new experience in a good way. It is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna do that color. And then I'm gonna do put my MAC highlighter, which is regular gold. But yeah, what we was talking about, Instagram, the portal, the ultimate portal that traps you in and eats you up. Pretty. Yeah, so save yourselves, because one day that app is going to mean absolutely nothing, and it might stay around forever. It might, but nothing lasts forever, and one day it's going to be gone. And one day the money that you made from Instagram is gonna no longer flow in, and you're gonna have to figure out another way to make your ends meet. Just say we've always been doing it as a society, and you're gonna have to just let that go. And that's just how it is. Never get too attached to things like that. This stuff is not real. It's not real life. People don't know like that. People can't carry a child with a 10-inch waist and 30-inch booty. In what world is that natural? And maybe if you worked, maybe if that's your natural shape, but 95% of the time it's not. You bought it. They bought it. People buy that stuff. They buy that hair, and they buy the makeup to put on their skin. They buy the body. They buy the clothes to help enhance the body. And they, you know, when you take all that off and you go back to live a natural life, how could you carry children? How could your body age properly? How could you breastfeed? Honestly, I don't know scientifically if you could breastfeed with silicone, but, you know, how will you hold up? How will you feel? You know, those things matter. And honestly, to me, you know, when plastic surgery was like a topic too in the beginning, and you know, people ask, like, you look at yourself and you just like, would I ever do something like that? And ultimately, I was always like, you know, I don't want to change what I have been crafted to look like and to be. I didn't choose what I look like. I did not choose this body, this skin, this hair. I just get to play with it and get to live in this body for now. So for me to change it, just like change it permanently with plastic surgery, that's so disrespectful. And that's just my opinion, though. That's how I just think that it dishonors the ultimate creator, because you were created by through something and through a likeness of another image. We're not the original people. We're not original in that sense of, like, you know, we got here through our own will and power. Like, there is the ultimate creator, and we're not the only lifelike entities in this galaxy, in this cosmos, you know. So it's like we are just one image of energy. That music keeps getting louder and louder. Maybe that means for me to shut the fuck up. I want to wait and see my baby hair, and I want to finish her makeup. But yeah, so you know, play the game. But ooh, let me leave. It's so late. And I just say, love yourself and accept yourself as who you are. That's what it comes down to. Is loving who you are and loving how you're made, and having fun with how you're made and who you are. Have fun. Enjoy that, because you're not gonna look, I'm not gonna look like this forever. You're not gonna be young and vivacious forever. You're not gonna have that pep in your step forever, and you're not gonna be here forever. You're ultimately going to die. Okay, that's just the reality. So why would you spend so much time worrying about what you look like, so much to the point that you want to change it so bad? It's just so unsatisfied. You know, you could worry, you know, people worry about their weight and things like that. Okay, do something about it. But if you have to worry about what you look like, and want to change your nose and change your body and try to follow after other people, you're spending time on the wrong thing. You're wasting time. You could be doing other things, finding your purpose and having fun, doing other things than worrying about what you look like and spending all your money on surgeries, change what you look like when you've already been created to be one way. It's so funny how the body acceptance movement has become a thing during this, you know, time where people are changing what they look like. It's like we're just like, we're funny people. We really are. Okay. This is my hair. I didn't finish spraying. I'm spraying my scalp because it feels dry and it feels so cool when I do this. Let it get moisturized. And I'm not doing anything to my hair. I'm gonna pin this side. And I'm gonna pin the other side. And that's that on that. And that's it. I usually put setting, I don't normally put setting spray because my face gets oily fast, so it's already like settling in. Alright, I'm done. I'm getting dressed now. That was it.